Today we're going to talk about the structures in the small intestine and explain how these structures aid in nutrient absorption as you digest your food. So first, let's talk about the anatomy of the small intestine. The small intestine is the location of most digestion and nutrient absorption. It's about 10 feet long in an adult. And the small intestine has three sections: the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. After the ileum, it joins the large intestine at the the ileocecal sphincter. Okay, now, inside the small intestine, you have certain structures that are going to aid in nutrient absorption. So, the small intestine is lined with what are called villi and microvilli. And a villi is just a tiny finger-like projection inside the lining of the small intestine, and it's filled with blood vessels that look like this. So here you see two of these finger-like projections, and inside where the blue and the red is at, that's one of the blood vessels, specifically the capillary. And what happens is, as food passes through the small intestine, the nutrients in the food are going to pass uh, through the villi and into the blood, and the blood can then carry those nutrients to the rest of the body. Okay, now many glands line the small intestine and secrete digestive hormones. Alkaline mucus from mucus glands and duodenal glands protects from pathogens. Secretin inhibits the release of gastric juices, which we've talked about in a previous video, within your stomach, when chyme is very acidic. Also, CCK causes gallbladder to release bile. Intestinal juice includes maltase, sucrase, lactase, peptidase, and enterokinase. All of these are enzymes that break down various things. So the maltase, sucrase, lactase, they break down sugars, and the peptidase, and enterokinase break down proteins. All right. So within the small intestine, there are a few processes that occur. The small intestine is going to need time to absorb nutrients, and the chyme has to be slowed down. So circular muscles in the intestinal wall causes segmentation, and I've given you a picture here to kind of show how things become segmented. And this is in contrast to peristaltic contractions, which involve longitudinal muscles. Okay, so we're using different muscles here for segmentation. The circular muscles get used to cause these segments, whereas for peristalsis, that pushing that involves longitudinal muscles. So to sum up, the small intestine is very long, about 10 feet, and it's divided into three sections. It contains villi, which absorb nutrients, and glands that secrete hormones. To give the small intestine time to absorb properly, segmentation slows down the movement of chyme.